In March 1989, a month before a group of black boys in New York was falsely imprisoned for gang rape, in Glen Ridge, New Jersey, a black boy named Charles Figueroa did the unthinkable. He defied the social order of his high school. The result would briefly upset the power held by white middle-class jocks in the lily-white suburbia. Figueroa's family had moved to the area despite rumors of racism because of the good schools. As a jock who knew how to fit in during his past enrollment at private schools with white affluent students, he believed, quote, "You can get along with these kids if you're friendly and you smile and you're nice to them." He was one of 3 black students in the 1989 class of Glen Ridge High, but he was popular and a member of the football team. His mother said, "I kept saying to Charlie, I don't want any trouble. Don't fight. You don't want to cry racism and stick out all the time." And for a while, that worked. But when Charlie was told that a 17-year-old intellectually disabled girl was sexually assaulted by 7 boys, all white middle-class members of the Glen Ridge High football team, his choice to be the first to tell school authorities exposed his fragile social standing. He told a teacher that the teens used a baseball bat, a broomstick handle, and a drumstick, and also forced oral sex. The students then bragged about the rape to people at school. The teenage rapist had approached Charles to ask him to tape their next planned rape of the same victim. And despite details that emerged and circulated the school for roughly 3 weeks, police dragged their feet about making arrests, and nobody said anything except for Charles. When getting a statement from Charles, they assured him his name would be kept out of it. However, all of the rapists knew he had made a statement within days. The school system's superintendent, Rose McCaffery, said Charlie likes to fantasize when the accusations became public. Charles Figueroa received threats and harassment, prompting his mother to remove him from school. Their phone rang off the hook with racial slurs and prank calls. His permanent record was leaked and made public, unlike the rapists. And he was booed at graduation. Many of the Glen Ridge town people rallied around the teenage rapist, with one teen telling reporters the girl probably asked for it. A Glen Ridge High math teacher blamed the breakdown of the American family. He said, "A bagel and a Coke in first period. That's how some of these kids start the day. The parents go off on vacation and figure it wouldn't be a vacation if the kids came along. So they're home and no one's there to supervise. Many of them aren't coming from what a family is supposed to be like." The defense of the boys, which would play out at the trial in the 90s, argued that because the victim took birth control, she was promiscuous, despite the fact that her mother put her on birth control because of the likelihood of her disabled daughter being sexually assaulted. The defense also argued that the girl, who had the mental and social cognition of an 8-year-old, was in full control of the 7 teen athletes. Defense rounded out their statements by insisting that boys will be boys. The boys and other jocks at Glen Ridge were noted for bonding together over porn tapes, masturbating together, and voyeurism. And I really suggest you read Our Guys, The Glen Ridge Rape and the Secret Life of the Perfect Suburb by Bernard Lefkowitz. Though the jury would convict 3 of the boys of first-degree sexual assault, the judge felt concerned for their futures and sentenced them as young adult prisoners, for which they would serve 7 years of a 15-year sentence.